The average woman spends almost 5 hours a week cleaning, but somehow the mess always comes back by Wednesday. That used to be me. Until I changed 8 small habits that completely transformed how my home feels. So today, I'm sharing the 8 daily habits that made my house stay clean longer without spending more time or energy. They're simple, they're doable, and they actually work in a real busy household. If you've ever felt like you're constantly cleaning but never catching up, this video might change the way you think about tidying and give you back some calm in the process. Here's a fun one. Can you guess which of these 8 habits helped me cut down 80% of my daily mess? Take a guess in the comments and see if you're right by the end of the video. The first habit I tried, and the one that surprised me the most, is something so small I almost didn't believe it would make a difference. It's this: never leave a room empty-handed. I used to walk through my house all day constantly overwhelmed by how much stuff was everywhere. A cup on the nightstand, socks in the hallway, papers on the kitchen counter. And yet I'd move from room to room doing absolutely nothing about it. Not because I didn't care, but because I was too mentally tired to deal with the whole mess. This habit shifted that completely. Now every time I leave a room, I ask myself one simple question. What can I take with me? It could be a dirty dish, a toy, a water bottle, a hairbrush, anything that's out of place. If I'm heading upstairs, I might grab a sweater. If I'm going to the kitchen, I'll take an empty mug. It's not about perfection, it's just momentum. What I love about this habit is that it doesn't require a big decision. There's no cleaning session, just small, low-effort actions that quietly reduce the visual noise around me. And over time, that feeling of, there's stuff everywhere, began to fade. It takes some getting used to, especially if you're usually juggling 5 things at once. But if you start doing this once or twice a day, I promise you'll begin to feel like your house is picking up with you, not against you. Try it today just for one afternoon. Pick something up every time you leave a room. You'll be amazed how fast the clutter disappears when you don't even realize you're cleaning. And if you're wondering what else people with tidy homes do differently, make sure you stick around, because in the next video, we're walking through the simple daily moves that make a home feel clean all the time, even when life is busy. But before you jump ahead, stay with me here, because the next few habits in this video might be even easier to start and just as life-changing. The second habit that changed everything for me is what I call a reset. And it's honestly more powerful than any deep clean I've ever done. Here's how it works. After you finish something, cooking dinner, working at the table, getting ready in the bathroom, you do a quick 1 or 2 minute reset before moving on. Not a full scrub down, just a light put it back moment. For example, after I cook, I'll rinse the cutting board, wipe the counter, and toss food scraps right away before I sit down to eat. Or after getting dressed in the morning, I'll hang up the sweater I decided not to wear, instead of tossing it on a chair. It's a small pause between tasks that keeps things from snowballing. Before I started doing this, my whole day felt like a trail of half-finished messes. Every room I walked into was a reminder of what I hadn't done yet. And honestly, it made me feel behind even when I was being productive. The reset changed that. Instead of cleaning up later, I clean up in real time, gently, without pressure. And by the end of the day, my home feels like it kept pace with me, not like it got left behind. If you've ever felt like you're constantly backtracking, try this habit. Start with one reset today, maybe right after lunch or after your kids go to bed. Just take a few minutes to close the loop. You'll be surprised how light and in control it makes you feel. The third habit I added, and honestly one of the most mentally relieving, was placing a simple basket in every spot that tends to get messy fast. Think about it, every home has those spots. The bottom of the stairs, the kitchen counter, that one chair everyone drops stuff on. No matter how often you clean, clutter magically reappears there. Instead of fighting it, I decided to work with it. I placed a catch-all basket in those zones, one at the foot of the stairs, one in the living room, and one near the front door. Nothing fancy. Just neutral little bins that blend in. Now when something's out of place but I don't have the energy to deal with it right away, it goes in the basket. A library book, a sock, a toy, a charger. I gather first, sort later. It's not laziness, it's a system. A basket buys you mental breathing room. You're not looking at random clutter everywhere, but it's also not hidden and forgotten. At the end of the day, or once a week, I do a quick basket reset and put everything back properly. This habit made my house feel calmer almost overnight. The surfaces are clearer. I'm not constantly nagging my kids or myself to put that away. And visually, there's so much less chaos. Try adding just one basket to your busiest drop zone today. No pressure to change everything, just a soft place for the mess to land while life is happening. This next habit is for anyone who struggles to start cleaning because it feels like too much. Too many supplies, too many steps, too much pressure to do it all. The One Product Wonder changed that for me. Here's the idea: you pick one all-purpose cleaner, just one, and keep it somewhere easy to grab. That's it. No buckets, no special sprays for different surfaces. Just one product you like using and a cloth. I started keeping mine under the kitchen sink and sometimes even carried it room to room like a little reset buddy. When I see a smudge, a spill, or a dusty corner, I wipe it. Not because it's chore time, just because I noticed it and I'm already holding the thing I need. It's incredibly freeing. No more waiting for the right time to clean. No pressure to finish the whole room. Sometimes I just wipe the fridge handle and walk away. Other times I'll get on a mini roll and hit the light switches, the table, and a few baseboards. But I never have to. That's the magic. This works especially well if you're a little scattered or have a hard time focusing for long stretches. It turns cleaning into something you can weave into your day, a few seconds here, a minute there. And somehow by the end of the week, your home is noticeably cleaner, without a big cleaning day. If traditional routines overwhelm you, try this. Pick one product. Use it casually. And let the mess meet you where you are, not the other way around. This is the habit that changed everything for me, not just how my house looks, but how I feel when I wake up. It's what I call my nightly non-negotiables, 2 simple things I do every single night, no matter how tired or busy or over it I feel. Because here's the truth. I used to end my day thinking I'll deal with it tomorrow. The dishes, the clutter, the shoes by the door. But tomorrow me was drowning before the day even started. So I set a rule. These 2 things happen every night. No excuses. The first is, I always do the dishes and reset the kitchen before bed. No screen time, no upstairs, no collapsing on the couch until the counters are wiped and the sink is empty. Even if I'm exhausted. Even if I'm sick. The second is a 10-minute tidy up around the house. Just enough to pick up what we all naturally leave behind: random toys, a stray sock mail on the counter, pillows on the floor. That's it. 2 small acts of care, but they make mornings feel so much lighter. Because when I skip them, I wake up already behind. But when I do them, I start the day with clear counters, clean space, and a mind that isn't yelling at me. This habit took some discipline in the beginning, but now it's a kindness I offer myself. A way of saying, you're allowed to wake up in peace. If you do nothing else from this video, try this one tonight. Do 1 load of dishes, tidy 1 room. Then let tomorrow you feel the relief. Let's talk about the kitchen, because if your home has a stress center, this is usually it. And nothing builds chaos faster than cluttered counters. Habit 6 is simple but powerful. Keep your kitchen counters as clear as possible. I didn't realize how much background stress came from seeing piles on every surface, unopened mail, school papers, chargers, half-eaten snacks, random appliances that never got put away. It wasn't just visual clutter, it was mental noise. So I made a shift. I started giving every item a home off the counter, even if it meant decluttering cabinets to make space. The toaster got tucked away. The air fryer too. Even the fruit bowl moved to a shelf. And guess what happened? The clutter stopped collecting. Because here's the truth, clutter attracts clutter. When the counter's already messy, nobody thinks twice about dropping their stuff there. But when it's clear, it sends a silent message: this space is off limits. Now, when I walk into the kitchen and see clean surfaces, I instantly feel more in control. I don't have to think. I don't have to sift through chaos to make lunch. There's space to cook, to breathe, to just exist. Start with just one area, maybe the space beside the stove or that corner where everything piles up. Clear it, wipe it down, keep it empty for one day. You'll see how fast your brain thanks you, and how much easier it becomes to keep it that way. Number 7. This is one of my favorite habits, not because it's glamorous, but because it works fast. Once a week or even once a month, I grab a trash bag or a donation bin, set a timer for 10 minutes, and find 30 things to let go of. Not big projects, not dramatic decluttering, just small, obvious things that don't belong anymore. And when I say 30 things, I'm not talking about anything emotional or hard to part with. I mean things like that expired salad dressing hiding in the back of the fridge, the pens in your junk drawer that don't even write, old receipts crumpled in the bottom of your purse, dry nail polish, single socks, a takeout menu from 2021, coupons that expired 3 months ago. Yeah, toss them. Lids with no matching container. Towels that are more whole than fabric. A tangled phone cord for a device you don't even own anymore. Once you start, your brain locks in. You'll see expired spices, dried out markers, broken hair ties, tiny toys from kids' meals, random buttons, crusty samples from a hotel stay 3 years ago. This is the stuff that hides in plain sight. We stop noticing it, but it takes up space anyway. So grab a bag and walk your house like a detective. You're not organizing. You're just removing what no longer serves you. And when you hit 30, you'll feel this quiet little victory, like you just made room for peace. This last habit isn't about cleaning at all. It's about how you talk to yourself when you clean. For years, I approached housework with a mix of dread and resentment. I'd walk into a messy room and instantly think, why am I the only one who cares? I'd hear myself muttering, this isn't fair. I'm not the maid. And even when I did clean it, never felt satisfying. It felt like punishment. Until one day, I flipped the script. I started calling myself the hero of my own home. Not in a cheesy, overconfident way, but in a quiet, grounded, no one's coming to save me kind of way. I realized I could either keep fighting reality or I could step into a role that made me feel empowered. Now when I load the dishwasher, I say I'm doing this for tomorrow. When I wipe the counters before bed, I remind myself, this is a gift to the version of me who wakes up early and needs peace. I don't do it for perfection. I do it so my home feels soft when I'm tired. So I don't trip over chaos when life gets heavy. This shift didn't happen overnight. At first it felt fake, like I was pretending to enjoy something I still hated. But over time it became true. Because I started feeling it, the calm, the pride, the quiet strength of someone who cares enough to take care not out of duty, but out of love. So if you're tired of waiting for someone else to pitch in, or if you've stopped seeing yourself in your own home, start here. Be the hero. Not for the Instagram version of your house. For you. For the real-life woman who deserves to walk through her space and feel held, not burdened. If you've made it this far, I want you to take a moment and just breathe. Because you don't need to do all 8 habits perfectly. You don't even need to do them all at once. Even if you picked just one, maybe the nightly reset or the catch-all basket, that's already a shift. That's already you choosing calm over chaos. That's already you showing up for yourself in a home that supports you, not overwhelms you. And the truth is, these habits aren't about becoming a clean person. They're about feeling lighter, more capable, more in control of the space you live in every single day. If this resonated with you, then you'll definitely want to stick around for the next video. I'll be walking through the small things that people with clean homes do daily, without making cleaning their whole personality or spending hours doing it. Little choices, quick resets, thoughtful rhythms. So keeping a clean home doesn't feel like a project, it just becomes part of your flow. So if that sounds like something your brain and body need more of, make sure you're subscribed. And let me know in the comments, which one of these 8 habits could help your home feel calmer this week? You've got this, and I'm so glad we're doing this together.